to have you back here. It's Edison with you today still. Previously, we have had quite amazing conversations and hands-on practical digging down into the programming world, and developing quite a lot of amazing things that you saw. But basically, we were on the focus of two projects that later we said that we are going to merge together. And then we did that bit of integration of two projects together. They're basically two programs, if I'm to use a technical term in programming, because this whole thing came from the definition of a software collection of programs. And then how do you get these programs to work together? How do you get to integrate them to be able to work together? So that was basically the whole notion behind what we were doing. So we were basically developing scripts, or you may call them modules, and then you get this module because a program is again a collection of modules or scripts. You may call them scripts if you wish, that talk to one another in some word. So how do you get the scripts or the modules to be able to talk to each other? And then later, how do you make the program that is a collection of all these different scripts to be able to communicate with each other in an integrated manner to form what we may call a software. So basically, that's what we were doing previously. And today, I want us to touch base on something that is amazing. I just wanted to display for you this in terms of an image for you to see what we're going to be doing moving forward today. Now, for those that tried to join us yesterday at night, we were having a live stream. Currently, they we're experiencing a lot of erratic weathers. The lots of rains. Even right now, it's actually raining heavily outside. If I am to turn off the cancellation of the background noise, you'd actually hear lots of rains in my background. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but this is a time when I needed to make the next episode, picking up from the other three, four that we had. We had the first episode, then we did the second episode of the two projects, and then the third episode we integrated them together, and then the fourth episode, which had to be yesterday's episode, which is today's episode. We are moving on to to bring in some bit of the UI and UX design, and then we're introducing the visualization, and then we're introducing the get methods to basically get this data and perform some bit of calculations on screen. Understanding that a farmer will not understand your piece of codes that you write, but they will understand an interface if you clearly explain it to them. So that is basically why we're doing that. So I'm trying to raise this microphone just to be sure that you can really get me clearly. Yeah, so this is what we're gonna be doing. So the projects that we did before, we basically created Python scripts for yeah, sorry for that. Python scripts for an agricultural produce pricing system, and we wrote scripts that do calculate the revenue from selling maize, beans, and rice, and then it checks if the farmer qualifies for a bonus based on the total revenue. And also, we made sure that it calculates the historical price of maize. So that is something that we did previously. And also, the script also allowed the farmers to actually input the quantities of maize, beans, and rice sold, and also calculates the revenue for each produce, and also checks if the total revenue qualifies for a bonus. And it also calculates the average historical price of the maize. So basically, that's what we did. We used some bit of sample data on say maize beans and etc. because a farmer is going to have a lot of products. I would call them products. So anyway, yeah, so that's what is going to happen. And also we created a script for the solar energy usage tracker, basically that calculates the energy balance and checks if the household is energy efficient, and also determines the required battery storage capacity. So we dealt with that, and the script could prompt the user to input the daily solar energy generated and consumed, and then it calculates the energy balance, and it goes on to check if the household energy is efficient, and then it calculates the required battery storage capacity for a specified number of backup days. So that's what we did previously, and quite a lot of amazing things we did in that. So if you're joining for the first time today, or you're seeing this stream for the first time, I'll advise you to go back to the first episode. That's later. You can go with us up to the end. Then later you have to go and check out the first episode, the second episode, the third episode, and then it will be very easy for you to jump onto this particular episode, which is the fourth episode. So today, what are we going to do? So we are going to integrate the two systems, just like we did in the episode 3, into one script. And this time around, we're going to use a graphical user interface to basically input the data and then display the results. So we intend to use Tkinter library. So we're going to use libraries. So we're going to use the Tkinter library in Python to basically create the graphical user interface. And this Tkinter library, when we start the whole programming, it's going to create a window. We're going to create a window with two sections, and then one for the agricultural produce pricing, and the other is going to be for the solar energy usage. So the user will be able to input the required data in the provided fields, and upon clicking the respective buttons, the results will be calculated and displayed in the text area. So later we shall run the script and then see all these things happen amazingly the way they're supposed to basically run. So that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna do, and that's what you're gonna see. So I'm going to just give you just 1 minute, 2 minutes to look at the image on the screen, and maybe you take a screenshot of it just to have clarity as we move forward, because um, I'm streaming live, but I had prepared to basically pre-record this and then push it up on the YouTube channel. And if you're streaming, you're picking up this stream from the other streaming platforms. Let's say Twitch, you're on X, you're on LinkedIn, you're on all the other platforms. So I would advise you to check it out on YouTube. It will be really, really fantastic for you if you checked it out. Yeah. So I'm gonna be moving forward soon. Let me just give a minute or two. I've seen so many people writing to me here. So I'm gonna be yeah, um, yeah. They're asking me they want to join us. Yeah. Okay, it's interesting. So let me just get the link from YouTube and just give it to them. Most of them are new. They've been contacting me, consulting me on different things. Basically. So they've not been with us for a while. So I'll just share them the link. Uh, you know, just good faith, so that they don't feel like I don't care about them, and yet I really do. So look at that image. In a few minutes, we're gonna be moving. We're gonna be moving. in just a minute or two. I'm just telling them we are live now. Okay, yeah. So the people tell me I didn't let them know. Yeah, great. Yeah, so it's amazing to have you all here. It's really amazing. I've just noticed that I didn't set up the LinkedIn streaming today. I don't know. It skipped my mind. So so I'm just pushing a link on my on my LinkedIn. So hopefully people will get it. Yeah, hopefully people will get it. All right. So the others on the other channels will can easily see that we on. So I won't write to them. At least I've managed to write to most of these other people from the platforms that I forgot to communicate to. Yeah, yeah. And we have a WhatsApp group if you're interested to join. You can let me know in the chat, and then I'll be able to send you that link. Um, yeah. So we may have two parts of this shoot. One part for the agriculture, and then the second part for the solar, and then we can merge them at once in the third. Uh, you know, So later, if you experience, if anything gets broken because of the rains and the electricity or something, please just go back to the channel, refresh, and then join the new stream that will be running. Yeah, yeah. So that's what you should do always. That's what you should do always. Okay, so interesting. Yeah, so I've spoken to all these fellows and uh, they're joining us in a few minutes. Yeah, they're joining. They're joining. So this is beautiful. So to see people join us on the stream so that they're not left out. Yeah, yeah, and I'm giving them just 1 minute. Giving them only 1 minute. Um, I'm giving them just 1 minute to join us, and we proceed. The good thing I've given the intro on what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, yeah, there are people who love to get this knowledge, but they hardly find it, you know. So it's good to share with them, and those who choose to join do, and those who don't, it's always fine. It's always fine. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm done sharing this out. Must be done. Must be done. Yeah. Must be done with all of them. Quite a number of them. Oh my God. Yeah, Yeah, so don't worry about this. We're gonna be proceeding, just getting people here. Some are like they're joining. I shouldn't leave them behind, you know. Um, okay, okay. It's interesting. This is good to see that people want to learn. It's beautiful. Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful to see that people want to learn. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, no, we must be good. Okay, great. So I'm done. Done like 100%. Not doing that anymore. So yeah, we're gonna be proceeding. I think I have made enough invitations to people to join us. So I believe very many people are gonna be joining us on the stream. So let's try to reconnect. Yeah, let's try to reconnect. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this time around, I'm gonna make sure that I have a backup of everything, so that I'm not so much interrupted, especially with the connectivity. Okay. So now I'm gonna be shifting in the next few minutes away from this. So let me share another screen of something that I want you to note. As we proceed. So make sure you have your Visual Studio Code open. Yeah, so you should have a window open looking like that. Yeah, so make sure you have a window open that is open. Sorry, a window that is open. Yeah, so make sure you have it open. The VS Code as we get to proceed. I've given the introduction for those who have just joined us. So I've given the intro on what we're going to be doing today. The good thing, the stream is being recorded, so it will be very easy for you to go back and check it out and get all the information. Yeah, just to keep it straight to the point as we move forward. Yeah, so you'll be able to check it out. Yeah, okay. So not that I just want you to open up. I just want you to open up. Yeah, I just want you to open up, uh, and then we proceed. Just want you to open up, and we proceed. Yeah, it's amazing to hear my phone buzzing with a lot of people, joining and asking questions. So that's really amazing to see. Yeah, yeah, it's really amazing. Okay, so hope you are done with that. You can type for me in the chat that you are done, and we can proceed. So yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I can see most of you writing privately. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's really encouraging to see you write that. So please do not forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to send those hearts on screen. Those are all the beautiful things that keep us moving forward. And the more people we get, the more better we shall become, and the more ideas we shall be picking up moving forward. So anyway, let's proceed. So this mic is in front of me, so my typing will be a little bit slow because I'm crossing my hands to it. I was supposed to put it down, but I decided to put it in this kind of location. So I'm going to just push this a little bit on the side, and so that we have a full screen. Now we're gonna move slow. We're not going to move so fast, so that it's easy to follow by everybody. Like I mentioned, do not forget to subscribe. So we're gonna start by importing the Tkinter. Um, we're gonna import the Tkinter as TK. We're gonna import that. Yeah. So let me just get these headphones a little bit down. Yeah. Let me just get them a little bit down. They're helping me to basically cancel the noise that is coming from outside. So I wanted to be very sure that maybe is it still raining or did it stop raining? Yeah, so now I can get them back to help me do that cancellation of noise from the back. Okay, so we importing Tkinter as TK, like I mentioned to you that it's gonna help us to create amazing UI, and when we start to do the UI and UX design. And now we're gonna say from Tkinter, I'm looking at the my camera on the side, so so we're gonna import the message box. Basically, you later see how that message box is gonna help us. So later, now we are going to import matplotlib that is going to help us in the visualization. So let's import matplotlib. We're going to import it as PLT, so it's going to help us in those processes. So here we have to say from matplotlib dot backends uh, backends dot backends. Which one do I want here? I'll take these. However, backends. So we're gonna do the T. Great. So we're gonna import these. We wanna import the figure canvas. Figure canvas. Uh, TK. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So it has lit green. That means it has been observed. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna import. I'm keeping on checking the screen just to be sure that my recording is still going on. Like I mentioned, we are experiencing a lot of erratic weather. Yeah, a lot of storm kind of weather. So I'm just being careful with that. Like I mentioned, if you feel anything, if anything stops in terms of, let's say, network, electricity, just know it's because of the rains. Like I mentioned, it really disturbs, but nothing to do. This is happening all over the world. You all know about climate change. And the thing is, the reason why I'm doing this, part of the reasons why I'm doing these free live streams to the whole world, it's because I want us to be able to develop solutions that are going to help us in the mitigation of a lot of that happening that is bring about the food insecurity in the world. So it's crazy. And as Africans, we need to take the first seat up front in developing solutions. So that's why this knowledge should be free to everyone. You know, the only thing you need to invest in yourself is maybe data to be able to stream, or data to be able to check out the project-based videos or episodes that I've had previously to follow up. So happy to have you here. I've seen your message. Happy to have you here. So simply subscribe. You'll always receive notifications whenever I run a stream. You'll be the first to know whenever I get to do that. I couldn't. I was doing it consistently, but then, like I explained about the weathers, so that's why. Even last night, actually, we were interrupted by the weather. You know, so I pray this morning it doesn't go crazy. So now, next, we're going to write a function to calculate the agricultural produce pricing. So to calculate the agricultural produce pricing. Yeah, so I'm going to be really slow because some people tell me it's their first time to do programming. So I don't have to move so fast. So like I mentioned, how do we write a function? So a function starts with def, that's define, you're defining a function. So we just want to calculate agricultural agricultural pricing. Feel free to ask anything you want to do in the chat. And later when I reach somewhere, I'll check it out and I'll try to respond to it. You can also make suggestions about what you want us to cover, and I'll be able to cover it. So calculate agricultural pricing. So we're gonna use the try. Okay. So hope you can hear me anyway. Trying to make sure the mic, yes, right on me here. Yeah, I think this is better. This is a better position. Yeah. So what we want to do, we want to try to first get the quantities of each produce sold from user input. So we want to just imagine a farmer is selling maize, is selling beans, is selling rice, and then we need to we are trying to see that we want to get this data from him. We want him to enter this data from an interface and then feed it in and we process it. So get the quantities. So when I get the quantities of each produce sold from user inputs. Yeah, so we want to get that bit of information so from user inputs. Okay, so now what do we want to do next? So ignore the red, spaghettis that you're seeing on the code. Ignore them; they will be going away later in the future. They help me to know that there is something I've not yet done. Yeah. So let's get the maize quantity. So the maize quantity here, we want to get it as a float, basically mentioning that some figures will be in a float. In most cases, you might measure the kilogram of maize, and it tells you that this maize is 30.5 kilograms. You know, so you need to keep it as float to help you with the those decimal points that you may have on the data. Because if you keep it as an integer, it's gonna be crazy for you because a farmer will enter 32 and then later will put 32.5. So the code is going to scream and tell you, dude, I don't understand what you're doing. Yeah, so that's why you need to keep it like that. It makes it much better. Yeah. Okay, so that's maize quantity. So we're gonna do the same for the beans. We're gonna do the same for the rice. So I'll basically copy this same thing and just paste it 2 times, and I'll basically change this to beans. So I've copied the same thing. I'm just editing out beans, and then also this is gonna be entry of the beans quantity, and then this one is gonna be the rice quantity. Yeah. So it's gonna be the rice quantity, and then this one here is gonna be the rice quantity. Yeah, it's gonna be rice. Yeah, so we are entering that data like that, and maybe we could also let me see, maize, beans, and rice. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So what should we do next here? So next, basically, I want us to calculate the revenue for each produce. So now we've entered the produce, and now I want us to calculate the revenue for uh, for um, the produce. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I don't understand what you've typed here. I'm trying to read it. Viewers on stream, something like that. Streamboo.com. Streamboo.com. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. Streamboo.com. I really, I don't get it. Sorry. Streamboo.com, is it? Let me just search a little bit about it. Yeah. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Oh, Streamboo website, dangerous. Just visiting it. So I'm just checking it on Reddit. Yeah. What are they saying about it? Uh, oh, okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I don't really. Please talk about it. Send something about it more so that I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just seeing a lot of malicious things around it. Uh, oh, okay. I'm just seeing it is having its website and has served as the reliable platform for obtaining free and premium tweet followers for over 5 years. Oh, interesting. I don't think I want to buy followers because I'm giving out free knowledge, and I believe those people who want it will actually come for it, or will stream, or will view these videos. Those who don't want free knowledge will go and buy it somewhere else. Anyway, that's a joke. Don't take me so serious. So let's calculate the revenue for each produce. Okay, revenue for each produce. Okay, so now we're gonna start with the maize revenue. Basically, we can say, please, you should keep note of the naming conventions. You see how I'm naming things. I'm using the underscore. They call it the underscore, whatever, and that's what I'm using. So make sure you follow that. So revenue here, we need to capture the maize price per kilogram. So we're gonna capture the maize price per kilogram. I have a feeling this is the best way to get people up to speed with programming. And this we're gonna multiply by the quantity. So let's say per kilogram, your maize is, let's say, every kilogram you're selling it 1,000 shillings. So if you have over 5 kilograms, so that means the maize revenue is gonna be 5 kilograms, right? 5,000 is gonna be 5,000 shillings, whatever. Yeah. So let's do the beans revenue. Oh my God, beans revenue. So beans revenue, we're gonna take the beans price per kilogram. Okay, and then we're gonna take the beans quantity. Imagine, I had a very crazy dream. I dreamt about my car getting smashed. I wonder who wants to smash my car, really. And it was actually in Kenya. Kenya, if you're Kenyan on the stream, you need to tell me. You need to tell me what's up. Yeah, I left it on the street in just a few minutes, and it was hit so bad, hit so bad. I don't know why. It felt as if I'm back in South Africa. I don't know why that happened anyway. It was really a strange dream. Yeah, but I'll never leave my car on the street without anyone watching it, really. I'll never. Maybe he was telling me. Okay, now we've calculated the, what have I done? Okay, we've calculated the, oh my God, let me see. No, 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 no. I just repeated the upper. I was looking at it. This is rice revenue, so it's gonna be rice price per kilogram. I was talking about the Kenyan thing, so apologies. Uh, that's why it came to me like that, and I repeated the same thing. Rice quantity, yeah. Okay, so this is what we have for all of them, rice quantity. So what should we do next here? I want us to calculate the total revenue. This is the revenue for each produce. So now let's calculate the total revenue. So basically, this is the logic. Basically, this is just the algorithm itself, and this is how you start writing the algorithms, basically from the mathematical bits of concepts that you cover throughout your study. Yeah, that's why if you're from high school, you can do programming, because if you covered mathematics, basically, it's easy for you to do programming, to learn programming. I think I'm going to propose this to some high schools here, top high schools, uh, to take up this. To take up this, I'll propose it to them when I get time. I'll visit them and I'll give them an idea, so that when guys are coming from high schools, they're good at programming, and university, it's a walkover, for them. I've worked with top universities all over, and currently with Cavendish University, and it's actually part of the sponsors for these free streams that I'm doing today. And always, they are the top sponsors for this. So other people are welcome to sponsor these and to be part of them. Okay, so we've written the total revenue by basically getting the maize and the beans and the rice revenue, and then finding the total for that. So we want to check. Um, so we want to do a check if the total revenue qualifies for a bonus. If the total revenue, this is from a farmer, a particular farmer, for a bonus. Okay, so let's just use the same word of qualifies for bonus. And we shall basically check with the total revenue, and we shall check. We can say greater or equal to, but now we shall just say greater and greater than bonus threshold. So later we shall be setting this threshold. Okay, threshold. Yeah, so that's what we have as for now. That's what we have. Yeah, so feel free to chat. I'm taking a minute every time I'm making progress, and I'm checking to see whether there is any message from anybody. That's what I'm doing. Okay, great. There is none. Yeah, it's good progress. It's good progress we're making. Yeah, so let me see. Okay, let me drop this down here, down there. Yeah. Okay. So what do we want to do next here? Checking on my checklist. Let me see. Okay, this is what we need to do. Okay. According to the checklist of what we're supposed to do next, we are supposed to prepare the results summary string. So that's what we're gonna do next. Preparing the result summary string. Let me see. Can I do this? Can I do this? Okay, it's all right. Okay, I love using comments. So let's prepare the results summary string. Okay, great. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this right now. Yeah, so first of all, we need to put a heading. So I'll just do a heading, result is equal to, I'll use the F function, print function, and I'll just say revenue summary. Okay, revenue summary. Okay, so let me go to the next line. That is how you go to the next line. So we want to capture the revenue for the maize, beans, and rice. So I'll do results, same thing, and then oh, sorry, that was for basically the heading. This time round, I need to feed this data. So basically, this we're gonna have the f function, and we're gonna capture basically the revenue from the maize. So as we capture this data from the maize, remember I had told you in the previous episodes how to capture an already defined variable in a string. So that's what you do in a string. So we want to capture the maize revenue, and we want to define the two decimal points, and then we want to define the currency, and then we can go to the next line. So I'm basically going to simply copy this and repeat it 3 times just to save my energy, because we have quite a number of a few things to write. So I do it like that, and then I'll basically come here and make these beans, and I'll say that I'm actually looking for the beans revenue, and I'll come here and call this rice, and I'll say that I'm actually looking for the rice revenue here. Okay, fantastic. So from there, what else do we want to do? So we would also do something for the total. So this will all stay the same, and since this is gonna be total, so I'll basically come here and uh, I change this string, and I'll call it total revenue. So I'll call it total revenue, and same thing here. I'll actually call it total revenue. Oops, total revenue. So this is gonna help us to basically capture the total revenue the way it is like that. Okay, great. Yeah. So hope we moving together. And now I'm gonna ask, what should we do next? What are we gonna do next? So here we also need to check something that we wrote previously. I'll just scroll up a little bit up to there. So we want to check if the person qualifies for a bonus as we collecting all these different totals. So we're gonna say if qualifies. I think we heard this. If qualifies for a bonus. Yeah, so what we want to do here, so what do we want to check? So we need to get the result, and this result that we're going to get, we need to serve it with congratulations. This is if the person's revenue exceeds the threshold that we check. So we're gonna say congratulations, you qualify. Ha ha ha, is interesting. You qualify for bonus like that. Yeah. So remember, we're printing on screen, so we need to go to the next line. All right, great. Yeah. So we're moving on. We're moving on. Okay. So what if the person doesn't qualify anyway? We need to tell them something. So we can do the same thing, result, and we want to tell these people not to really feel so bad, but to encourage them to keep it up. Yeah, we want to tell them to keep up the good work. Um, Keep up the good work, and we can tell them that you can qualify for a bonus next time. Yeah, so this is what we want to tell them. You can qualify for a bonus next time. Okay, fantastic, and this is great. Yeah, so it's actually interesting that okay, so this is where we are. I just want to check the stream. Yeah, I think we're making good progress here. So far we have not been interrupted by the rains and anything, so everything is going on well. Oh, Collins, good to have you here. Yeah, Collins is, oh my God. Um to have you here. So make sure you get all your boys and girls to come and be part of the stream so that they can stress you less, they can give you less stress in teaching them Python most cases. So I can lift off that weight a little bit from you. Yeah, please remember to tell them all Kalans is from Cavendish University and is the president of the Python Hub club that we have. And Python Hub is as well an amazing startup that is doing a very good job in mentoring people with soft and hard skills and basically digital skills in quite a lot of things. So, Cullen's good to have you here, and make sure you invite all your boys and girls to be part of the stream because we're creating something amazing here. If you saw in the beginning, you must have seen that, or if you checked out your email, you must have seen my email talking about or showing you what we are basically creating. Now, there are some people calling me. I cannot pick up the phone call right now because I'm live at the moment on the different streaming platforms. I can just get back to you later if you don't mind. Yeah, I had to just let people know because my phone has been buzzing for a while. All right. So, what do we want to do next? I need to check my checklist. Okay. So, next we need to calculate and display the average historical price of maize. So, we need to calculate and basically display the average historical. I think we shall be doing streams in the morning because it looks like when people go to work, there's less kind of interference. But in the evening, it's crazy, I guess, when I think people are at home. That's why, I guess. Okay, so let's make this calculation. I'll just drop down a little bit up to there. And what the hell is this up here? Calculate. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So what do we want to do? Okay. So now let's set some bit of historical prices here. Uh, Historical prices. Okay, great. So let's use a string. So let me put some data here that I wrote down 30.5, 32.0. Let's say also 28. 28.0. Yeah, basically. Okay, so let's calculate the average. Oh God, how do they write the word average? Like this, average. Yeah. So average price. Okay, so we're gonna have a average price. So average price must be equal. Average is most cases considered as the mean as well. So this is equal to the sum of some piece of data. In this case, it's gonna be the historical prices divided by the number of that particular data. In programming, getting the number, we use the length to understand the data, and this is going to be the historical prices. So that helps us to get the average. Okay, so now that means the result. Okay, I'll still apologize for those who have joined and you're on the stream last evening. We had a lot of erratic weather interruptions and power kind of issues. So I apologize for that stream. And trust me, it's going to be happening throughout the year. But whenever it happens, I'll make sure I create another fresh stream to cover what we have to cover because we don't have control over what's going on with the climate change at the moment. But we are trying to build solutions that can try to mitigate some of those things that are going on. You must have seen so many people dying, even on the streets, basically when it rains. So many people carried away by rain, cars, properties. It's really crazy. And that's why I'm giving these free learning lessons on programming so that you can be able to develop solutions that come to mind whenever they do, and you solve some of these issues. So next on our checklist, we want to now write the display the result in the text box. So text box basically. Yeah. So text. After this, I'm going to show you what we are doing. I'm going to display for those who have just joined, so that you have a look at what we're doing. Yeah. So let me just complete this piece of code before it runs out of my head. So what are we doing? Text agriculture, text agriculture prices. I call this we call it pricing and delay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna finish this piece of code, and then I'll be showing you what we're trying to do. I don't know. Whenever my streaming begins, I get a lot of phone calls, but when I'm not streaming, there are really few phone calls that I get. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe people just want me to pick up the phone when I'm streaming. Okay. Culture pricing. So this is dot insert. Oops. Dot insert. So this time around, um, and okay, so I'll get the result. Perfect. Okay, this is done. So next here, we basically gonna create. Wanna create a chart. We're gonna create a bar chart. We're gonna create a bar chart for produce. Now, if you wanna see me for any reasons, if you have beautiful ideas you wanna build and you need my bit of mentorship, please type in the chat. I'll be able to read that, and then I'll be able to give you directions on how you can see me and from where. I want to be sure before I just speak it publicly if there are people who want to see me for these pieces of mentorship. Even to just have a talk on what you have in mind, that would be beautiful. So let's create a bar chart with the basically the maize revenue, and let's also capture the beans revenue, and let's also capture the rice revenue, basically there. Okay. What can we do here? We need to define the data here. So we're gonna capture the maize here to be listed well. Also, we want to capture the beans. We want to capture the rice too here. Yeah. Okay. So what else do we want to do here? Hmm. Okay. Thinking what else do we want to do? Okay. So let's also capture the produce revenue here. Um, produce revenue, produce revenue. Okay. Also define the revenue. Um, we put it in actually Kenyan shillings. What else do we want to capture here? Um, okay. So let's capture the agriculture chart. Agriculture chart. Okay, perfect. I guess we're done with this. Oh, okay. Great. Great, 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 great. Okay, let's have a bit of an exception here. So we need to do a value error check here. And what do we want to do here? We basically want to basically um, handle the invalid inputs. Okay, so we shall do the message box dot show error, and we want to write it as invalid input. Okay, invalid input, and then we want to say that please enter. We want to say that please enter valid numeric um, values for quantities. Yeah, so we want to do that. Mm, 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 mm. So this is a string. Okay, great. All right. Yeah, so we've done this. So I just want to display what we're doing, then we move on to the next level um, for those that joined later. Yeah, so basically what we're doing here is, let me, I just want to share what we're doing. Um, okay, it's right here. Okay, so this is what we're creating. For those who have joined a little bit later, um, so just to show you what we're doing, this is what we're creating in Python with an amazing window that has full visualizations, and it has an amazing behavior. You know that you can actually put on quite a lot of your work when you're doing your work. So it has quite amazing behavior that you can put on your work. Um, you'll see actually when we run it, you'll get to see its behavior, and you'll be amazed with how it will be behaving. Yeah. Okay, so I guess you've seen what we're doing. I'm going to get back to the right screen. So far, we've not had any interruptions, and I'm actually validating morning hours to be one of the best hours to run these particular streams. Yeah. Okay. So let me share back my screen for where I'm writing the code from. Okay, so we've actually seen what we're doing. So we're gonna be moving back. I'm trying to check with what you see, so that I see that you see what I see, and everything is in real time. So that's why you may get my eyes moving to my phone screen and to see whether you're seeing that. Okay. Yeah. So what do we have to do next year? So we're gonna do a similar thing for the solar energy. Yeah. So yesterday I teased people that were still on the stream that I'm gonna leave you to do it. Yeah, I told them I'm gonna leave you to do it. So we need to be mindful of. Okay, so on the second. Okay, great. Yeah, when we write these functions, so okay, so we're gonna write a function. We're gonna write a function to basically to now calculate solar energy. It's gonna be the same according to my checklist here. Uh, the solar energy usage. Yeah, energy usage. Great. Okay. So energy usage. So now we're gonna define this. So we're gonna do it almost the way we did the previous one. Yeah. So it's gonna be solar. Oops. Solar energy. usage, lunch usage. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Okay, right. Okay, so we're gonna use the this. Okay, so let's do get the daily energy, get the daily energy generated and uh, get it generated and consumed from user inputs. Okay. Okay. So daily energy generated. Okay. So this is gonna record a float still, just same thing that we did. So we're gonna permit the entry of the daily energy generated. So we're gonna do dot. It's gonna be dot gate. So we're gonna use this function to capture this data, and also we wanna capture the daily energy consumed, and we wanna record this as a float, and then we wanna enable the entry of the daily um, energy uh, con- consumed. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna use our function that'll get this data, so that data is entered. Yeah, so next from here, we wanna calculate the energy balance after the computation of the above. So the energy balance, and how do we get the energy balance? So to get the energy balance, we would want to do the daily energy that is generated. That is the energy that you put onto your meter to for your machines to use, and you subtract with the energy consumed to understand the balance. Okay, so because you cannot consume negative energy, you can't. So we would love to determine, yeah, if the household, we want to determine if the household is energy efficient. All right. Yeah. So if you went through the episode one and episode two and three, you notice that it's the same code, but I'm making it behave. I'm creating a behavior in the pieces of scripts of code, and I'm making them do different things in a much more better way. So that's what I'm doing, basically to show you that you can have the same code and make it behave differently depending on how you want it to behave. So we're gonna set an efficiency threshold. So we're gonna send the efficiency threshold, and we're gonna say maybe 8.0, 0.8, and we want to multiply this threshold with the daily energy generated. Yeah. So basically, we set a threshold. A threshold helps us basically to know that if you go below this value, that means we are not efficient enough. Maybe the consumption is unmonitored. There is a lot of consumption that is not doing anything. It's more like when you leave home in the morning and then you leave your lights on, and yet you're not at the house. So that means there is a lot of that energy coming out, but it's not being consumed. It's just being wasted. So that's not being efficient enough. So daily energy consumed, we can check this, and less or equal to the efficiency threshold. Yeah, because if it's equal, that's okay. It's only when it's below that is when it's not efficient. Yeah, so that's really works for us. Okay, so now we've done this math and everything is good there. So what else do we want to do? We may wish to basically calculate um, Let me check my checklist. I'm trying to make sure that I remember without checking on the checklist. Okay, we're supposed to prepare the result summary string. So I'll clean this. Results summary string. Okay, so how are we going to do this? We need to do the same thing, set the title. So we do result is equal to the function, and then inside the function, we define the solar energy usage report. Report, yeah, it's written like that. Yeah. Okay. So we could just create a new line from this. And now we do the same thing that we did previously, where we get the results and we say it's equal to the. So we're gonna capture the um, daily energy generated. And when we capture this, we want to capture that defined local variable, which is the daily energy generated. And then we would wish to define the small point. And then we would wish to also say that this energy is measured in kilowatt per hour. And then we can go to the next line. Yeah. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the data of the consumed data. So instead of generated, I'll basically change this to consumed and also daily energy consumed just to save my energy. All right. So we would also wish to do something like uh, we also want to know the energy balance from what we've done, the energy balance. So here we're basically looking at the surplus and deficit here. Deficit. Okay, deficit. Mm-hmm. All right, great. So what are we going to capture here? We had already checked out the energy balance. We had calculated it above. So we're basically going to pick that local variable of the energy balance and then be sensitive about the small points, and also the balance is going to be in kilowatts per hour. And yeah, so new line. So that's what we're going to have. However, we need to check whether this energy is efficient. So we're gonna say if is, we're gonna use is, introducing the is energy efficient. Yeah, it's an inbuilt kind of command. Yeah, so we're gonna take the result here and do the same thing, and we're gonna say this fellow that, dude, great job. You've been we're gonna tell him that your household is energy efficient. Yes, your household is energy efficient. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna have, energy efficient. Okay, so da 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 da. So that is good. Yeah. So how about if it's not? So if it's not, that means the result we're gonna have to tell this guy that consider reducing energy consumption. So okay, reducing energy consumption. It's ridiculous. To improve efficiency. Yeah, efficiency like that. Perfect. Yeah. So we have it perfect here. All right. All right. Okay. So I'm basically checking to see whether I have any comments. This morning is going on well because I'm not having interruptions with the stream, and everything is flowing well. I guess I may be I may get in a position where I do streams every morning on this. Yeah. So okay. Too bad I missed to stream on LinkedIn. I don't know how I missed it, but anyway. Yeah. Uh, it's fine. Okay. What do we have here? What do we have to do next? So now let me go to the screen where I'm doing this from. Okay, so we've had this. Let me check my checklist. Okay, according to my checklist here, we are supposed to calculate and display the required battery storage. So it's gonna be the next one. So we're gonna calculate and display the required battery storage capacity for the backup days. Yeah. So just imagine you want to record this data because you must be having a backup. So farmers should be having backups. To for the backup days when you don't have power, you need some backup for the energy. So let's say that maybe in the week, the backup days are basically set three. Okay. So there are three backup days. Now that means the required storage. That means the required storage is gonna be daily energy that is consumed. Then we multiply this by the backup days. Yeah, that's the required storage. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's true. So now we're gonna take the result and then we shall do some bit of computation here with the F function to basically record and say our message required. So it's gonna be required battery storage capacity uh, capacity for here we can say for the backup days. So for the backup days, um, so this is gonna be um, we need to capture the required storage, and then we define to the small points, and we want to be sure to say that our results should be in kilowatts per hour. Okay, then you go to the next line. All right. Okay, it's a great job. My people have got my phone buzzing to an extent of the phone falling off because it's buzzing all the time. So I had to pick it up and get it here because yeah. So okay, great. Hmm. All right. So let's proceed. So where are we? Okay, this is where we are. All right. What do we want to do next here? So we want to display the results in the text box. So I'll push this up a little bit. And I'll say that we want to display the results. Okay, all the results in the text box. Yeah, in the text box. Yeah. So we're gonna do text. We're gonna do text solar. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna do text solar. Get to the result. So it's gonna be text solar energy. take solar energy usage. Yeah, it's been a while. I've not take solar energy usage. Delete. Yeah. So I'm gonna be also pushing a podcast out today, later. So I'm gonna be pushing out a podcast right after this. Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about some things right after this. Right after this. So it's gonna be a lot. Okay. So okay. So take solar energy usage. Yeah. No, it's because I got my head, I got my head in the podcast mode. So in the process, so my mind skipped, and I was wondering where am I? Okay, energy usage, I guess. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we want to do the insertion, and just like we did previously. And okay, let me see. And do we have that? Yes, we do. Then we do the result. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, great. Okay, so wanna create a we're gonna create a pie chart um for energy balance. Yeah, create a pie chart for the energy balance. That's great. Yeah. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? So we could just use this create pie chart. Wanna create pie chart and then pull some bit of data here, and we pull the daily um, energy generated, and then wanna pull the daily energy that is consumed. And we want to do the same thing that we did before. Then we're gonna get the generated, and we want to get the consumed exactly. So we also need to get we need to get the energy balance. Yeah, so we need to get the energy balance, and also we want to get the solar. I'll get the solar chart. Yeah. All right. Okay. I guess we could. All right. We are not doing so bad. Progress made is good, and so far so good. Okay. So I've not yet experienced any breaking of anything. For some reasons, nothing has broken as yet, which is good. Okay. Okay, great. So that's where we are. So I think we need to do the exception right here. Wanna do an exception. So wanna do check some bit of uh, the value error, and we wanna handle a few things. So we wanna do the same we did it before. So we wanna handle the invalid input. So invalid input. So we want to do the message box like one we did before. So we do the message box, and we basically want to show error message box. So we want to show error, and the error we can do invalid input. Yeah, so we want to advise this person and maybe tell them something like, please enter valid numeric values for energy data so that they know what's going on and what they need to do. Okay, so this is really perfect. we are done with doing this. So what else are we going to do from here? So from here, our next to do is we're going to create a function to create a bar chart. So so okay, so it's gonna be a function to create a bar chart. Great. So it's gonna be a function to create a bar chart. So how do we get to do this? Okay, so how do we do this? Yeah. Okay, so we start with the function. We say function as usual. It's gonna be function bar chart, and we wanna give this function some bit of values in there, and we wanna give it some bit of labels because this is how we create a chart. So it's gonna have labels. It's gonna have labels. Okay, great. That's the right way. It's gonna have a title. And what else? We want to have the Y label, and we also want to have the chart frame. Yeah, so that's what we want to have. So now we need to go further and define all that data. So we need to check with the chart frame and say that this chart frame is gonna have it's gonna have the chart frame, and in the chart frame we're gonna have the this is gonna be chart frames. Yeah, we're gonna have the chart frames, and then we're gonna have the chart frame. Yeah. Hmm. All right. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Chart frame, chart frames. Yeah, that's okay. So now we want to do something here. So we want to clear any existing widgets because we want to create widgets in the chart frame. So in the chart frame, we want to clear that out. Okay, great. So how do we clear this? So we're gonna say that for widget, we're gonna say for widget in the chart frame. Let me see. For widget in the chart frame, yeah. Just chart frame. Widget info to. Hmm. I love getting suggestions, so I'm looking for suggestions. I don't get them. This is a function that is in build, but I don't know why it's not producing it. For widget in the chart frame, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's go. So we do widget.destroy. Okay, any, oops, it's a function. And then next, we can create the bar chart now, I guess. Um, create a bar chart, and maybe can state the fig x. Then we do the PLT um, subplot. I don't know why Python is not doing suggestions for me. Subplots. So we define the fig size. Okay, we define the fig size, and I think we can just do 6.4. Yeah. So from there, we define for the bar. We come and specify labels, values, and also we define the color. So we can use the primary colors, I guess. Okay, let me do blue, um, do green, and let me do red. All right. Okay, so I do still set the title. Set, I think it's set title. So want to set title as title, and then I want to come down and also set the y level. So dot set, want to set the y level. So this gonna set it as the y level, like that. Okay, so this is done. What do I have to do next? So next here, I would basically now embed. We wanna embed the chart in the Tkinter window. The chart in the Tkinter window. Okay. Now let's define the canvas. So define the figure canvas as we did it before. Then we get the figure, and then we define the master, which is the chart frame. All right. Yeah. Now let's do the canvas dot draw. Yeah, function. All right, so we have this. Oh, so far so good. Yeah. So that's where we are. All right, so let's do the canvas dot gate. Tk dot gate. Tk widget. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking for. Dot get widgets. All right. Okay, so we want to do pack exactly. So we want to do the side decay. So we want to do top here, and then we want to do a fill, and we want to do the tk dot fill both, and then we want to do some bit of expansion. Expand. Um, we can put this to 1. Yeah. All right. Okay, so I believe we are done with that. So what is left? So we need to now write a function. Okay. Uh, we need to create a function. So it's gonna be a function to create a pie chart. So I'll move this a little bit up, and then I'll put. So we're gonna create we're gonna create the pie chart, and we want to put values we want to have the labels indicated. We want to have the title, and we want to have the chart frame. um, So we want to come down and define those different parameters. So we want to do the chart frame, and we want to say that is equal to chart frames. And we want to pick up this and do chart frame just like we did before. Okay, so let me, that was for the bar chart. So down here. Okay, so we want to go forward. We've done that. What do we want to do next? we need to do clearing just as we did before. We need to any yeah, I'm getting tired. We need to clear any existing widgets in the chart frame. Okay, so we want to do for widget in chart da, 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 info okay, just how we did before. So we want to go further and do widget dot destroy the destroy function. All right, so from there we would wish to maybe just like we did, then we get to create a pie chart, and here we want to define the figure. So we want to define the and say this is equal to PLT, and we want to go further and say let me see PLT. Okay, so plots subplots da 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 dot subplots. Then we define the fig size here, and we say that okay, we shall do a 6 4. Great. So it directs. Yeah, I was supposed to do this in 2 episodes, but I've decided to do it in 1 episode. So uh, that's right. It's crazy. All right. Okay. So now we have values. I was trying to check out to see whether I'm still streaming or not. I might talk to myself. Okay. So this is where we are. Values. Pi values. Wanna do levels. It's getting crazy now. Wanna do levels equals to levels. Want to do I do the auto city, and this I want to set it to I want to set it to a uh, one F, and then I want to pick up this. So yeah, so now I need to define the starting point and then say, okay, so this is an angle because it's a pie chart. So the start angle we set it to 180, 90. So here I want to define the colors next, and then I want to say this is gold. I want to mention that it's very hard to teach programming. I've spoken to many programmers, and they're like, "Man, it's very hard to explain code at times because the way we write it and all that kind of stuff." But code should be explainable. That is why you're a programmer. So most of them have started learning to explain code, to even do articles. So yeah, so that's what most of them are doing today. So okay, so we're done with setting the title. So we can now basically embed our chart. So we can basically embed the chart in the Tkinter window. Yeah, yeah. Now we can embed it there. So we can do canvas close to figure canvas. The way we did that, and then we want to define say fig, and then say master. Set it to the chart frame, and that will be done. Yeah, so now I think the left one is canvas.draw. Yeah, canvas.draw. Did we do anything? Oh, we have to do the canvas.gate. Yeah, yeah, TQ story, da. So yeah, we have to do it. So I'll just get this here and just put it there, and we're good. Okay, so we've done everything there. So what we want to do next is basically to define the main window. Yeah, so we need to define the main window. So the main window here, we going to call this the root, and it's gonna be tk dot tk. All right, so we're gonna do roots that we've defined, and we're gonna do dot title. We're gonna call this the integrated integrated agricultural and solar energy system. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so now we can define the frame for the agricultural produce pricing. Okay, so we do the so we're gonna do the frame. Yeah. Oh God. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna do the frame da frame for agriculture pricing. Yeah, so we're gonna be moving on. Just taking a breath because it's a lot to write. It's a lot to write. It's a lot to write. Okay. Do, 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 do. So we are going to write the frame for agricultural pricing, set the label frame, the grid. So we're gonna do all that kind of stuff. Um, okay, we're gonna do it next. It's quite a lot to write, you know. My hands are even hurting right now. I'm like, let me take a break. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna do the next one, the frame. So I have two comments here. We're gonna have these set the agriculture pricing and also set the paddings for the X and also set the padding for the Y over there. And then we also going to also set the next. So we're also going to set the next for the maize quantity sold. We're gonna set that, and then we also gonna set for the beans quantity sold the same way, and then later we're gonna basically copy and edit through and set for the rice quantity that is sold. And then after we are going to do the bottom calculation for the pricing for the pricing. So we're gonna handle the bottom calculation for the pricing next. There, so calculation pricing. So where we're going to calculate the agricultural pricing, and then after that we are going to do. We're gonna define the heights and the width for the text agriculture pricing next. Then we need to set a frame for the solar energy usage. So it's gonna be frame frame for solar energy usage. So now we're gonna set this frame for this. So we're gonna have the solar energy usage and set the frame properly there, defining the paddings of X and the Y and the row and the column. So we're gonna have that defined, and then next we are going to define the daily energy generated, and then we're going to also define the daily energy consumed, just in the same way. And then after that, we're going to touch the bottom to basically calculate the energy. So we're going to look at the frame energy usage, and then we calculate the energy. The next part here, the solar energy usage. And then we're going to move on to calculate the energy usage. Yeah, that's all fine. So we're going to define the frame for the chart. So frame for the chart. Gonna define the frame for the chart. Okay, so frame for the charts. Yeah, we gonna do chart frames. So we're gonna say this is equal to, and then we define a few things. It's gonna be the agriculture chart, and we're gonna bring in the TK dot uh, frame charts. So we're gonna have this frame charts. So we also going to have the solar the solar chart. So we're gonna have this solar chart. So having the solar chart, we going to do the ticket of frames, the frame, and we're gonna have the frame charts here. Frame charts here. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna have there. So next we're gonna do the we're gonna do the frame chart solar So yeah, that's all done. Yeah, we're gonna have definition for the frames, and then from there we're gonna do the small data types and variables definition that we had up top. So the moment we have most of these going back up, you'll discover a lot of things coming into shape, and then we're gonna have the command to basically run the main window. So we're gonna have the last part to basically run the main window, and having done all this, you can look at the amount of code we've done, and from uh, up to the top. So we're going to now be able to run our code and then see the output. So I'm going to share my entire screen here so that you're able to actually see the entire screen and the pop-up. Okay, so let me share my entire screen. All right, so okay, great. So now I've shared my entire screen. So let me go back to the code, and when I do run this from here, you'll actually notice um, you'll notice what is gonna pop up very soon. Okay, let's give it a little time. I have to make sure everything is good. Yeah, things should be good. Things should be good. Just running it one more time. Yeah, sure. So I guess you can see that pop up on the screen. That's exactly what I was talking about. So we've managed to create our window, and I guess you can see this over here. And as I do put in some bit of data here, if I put in 45, put in 57, and put in 787 and do the calculation, you notice that it creates the bar chart here. So let me put here 76, let me put here 87. That means the energy generated is 76, but the consumed is 87. So it's telling you the generated 46% and consumed is this, and it's telling you required energy used for storage capacity. It's being defined, and it's also telling you consider reducing energy consumption to improve the efficiency, and it's displaying the negative 11, that is the extra of the energy that you're consuming, and the whole calculation is working out, and everything is working out as we expected. So this has been the combination of all the other different episodes we had to creating visualizations and displaying data. Maybe the next one coming, we may fuse in some bit of AI and more of logical AI, and see a lot of more beautiful things. I'll be thinking about it and see how we can take that to the next level, and then we see all and how you can do things in a smarter way. So you can see all the labeling is perfect on, and you can see everything we've been doing, and you can appreciate the amount of work being done. So help to share with your friends, practice it back and forth, stream from start to the end, and don't forget to like, to subscribe, to also do all those beautiful things that keep this show going on for programming, where we push this to the world. So I really appreciate all the hearts on the screen that I've managed to see. I appreciate the interactions for those that joined, and I'm gonna keep it here, and then we're gonna be able to catch up on the next episodes that are gonna coming through. I'll be able to think about what we can do next, and then I'll define it, and we may have another stream tomorrow morning when I've managed to prepare that all well. Yeah, I'm gonna be making a podcast next. Do not forget to check out all our podcast or streaming platforms: Apple Podcast, Spotify, all those different Amazon Music. I'm trying to remember. So check them out. Going from the previous episodes to the new episode, of those things that you wish to know as a person, and to drive you forward, and to give you all the knowledge you need to be a developer, programmer, products developer, project manager, and also to develop solutions that are going to mitigate some of the challenges we're facing today, including the climate change, security, and quite a lot of that. So it's been Edison, founder of Achilles Acacia. And remember, all these different free programming sessions are fully being sponsored by Cavendish University, Uganda, and Achilles Acacia. So that's why I'm giving it to you for free, and I'm giving it to the world. So Cavendish University offers a number of programs. There are about four faculties. They have science and technology, and recently they incorporated AI and machine learning, data science modules. You can check them out. Business and business management. There is laws. There is also social sciences. Those are the different faculties there, and quite a lot of amazing things in the employability department, where every student who studies at Cavendish leaves with a job. By the time you finish your university, you already have a job, and if you don't have it, you just come to the employability office and they'll get you a job, and they'll train you. They'll give you all the soft and the hard skills, and you'll get a job automatically. And if you want to get tech skills, you visit the Center for Innovations and Enterprise skilling, which is for the entire community, but not just as Cavendish. Cavendish is just there as it's the one leading innovation hub. So it's a regional hub within the East African community that is there to better people in the community. So they don't restrict it to only Cavendish, but everybody. So if you're studying at Maker, you're studying at KIU, you're studying at East Africa, you're studying at East, but you know, all over the world where you're studying, you're free to contact the center. You're free to come to Cavendish. You're free to do whatever you want to do, and we have office spaces free for you if you have great ideas and you want to work next to us to be mentored throughout the journey. So you basically come through, and we have amazing partners like Startup Africa. We have amazing partners with this era towards social and economic development. So thank you so much. I'll stop it here, and I'm going to forget to check out the podcast because I'm gonna be doing it next. So I'll stop the share and I'll be like, thank you so much, and until next time. It's been Edison, and catch you soon tomorrow morning by about 9 to 10. We shall be starting the stream. Thanks and bye bye.